Good afternoon, everybody. This is Daywalker 225XXXX, and I'm doing a response to actually two videos that Blake Barbiedoll posted. One is a response to confessions, and another one is black men don't belong to black women. First off, Blake, you said that you thought that I was a woman, however I'm not. And you accused me of being a woman that stalked you. However, once again, I'm not. You also went on to say that the female who accused you, actually you accused her of being a, and I quote, and I'm doing the hand quotes in the air, a nigger girl. However, you happen to be black yourself. Personally, I find that to be a bit of a contradiction in terms. How can she be a nigger girl and you are considered a nigger girl by the same white people whose ass you kiss? I'd like a little clarification on that, because I don't understand how you can sit here and use a racial slur to describe a person of color, someone that shares the exact same skin color as you, as a nigger girl. The other thing I'd like to address is the fact that you like to refer to black men as monkeys. You've done it in several videos before, Blake. I just never made mention of it. I never said anything about it. I personally find it abhorrent, and in my opinion, I think you were raised by wolves. But that's my personal opinion on you. I don't particularly know if you were raised by wolves, but you act as though you were, which would explain the wolf pussy the Jewish guy gets every time he has relations with you. Now, with that being said, you also tried to say that black women, when they date or marry interracially, they always get white men who are the cream of the crop. They're the best looking white men in the world, and these black women are just so gorgeous and so beautiful that, you know, black men are taking a loss every time this happens. First off, let me break a few things down for you. Alright? When black women get with white men, 9 times out of 10, they're either one or two different ways you can describe them. One is, the woman is exceptionally beautiful. She's really pretty. She has a nice shape, you know, nice body. She's gorgeous. I'll give you that. I've seen that plenty of times. Or you'll find a black woman that's very accomplished. She's a businesswoman. She's overweight. She's really not that attractive. However, these black women rave as though they have some kind of a prize when they hook up with a white man. Now, here's the thing. I can honestly say that I have never seen a black woman that was with a white man that was both beautiful and successful. I've never seen a corporate lawyer, you know, working for a Fortune 500 company that could pass as a Victoria's Secret model. I have still yet to see that. The other thing I'd like to make mention of is the fact that when a black man gets with a white woman who just looks good, she's beautiful, she's, you know, has a nice shape and nice face and, you know, nice features, you know, black women always automatically go, "Oh, she's a hoe. She's a hoe. I can't stand that bitch. Look at that bitch. She's taking all our black men." Or, if you get a black man that gets with a white woman who may not necessarily be the most attractive woman in the world, but it's someone that he decided to get with, "Oh, look at that fat bitch. Those black men always get with those fat bitches. I don't understand why they always got to get a white bitch that's fat." Well, I'll be honest with you. In my travels, what I've noticed is that the same black men that would get with a fat white girl are often the same black men that would get with a fat black girl. It just stands to reason. And I'll further go on to say that a lot of the time that men often date women that are within their price range. Now, with that being said too, I'll also elaborate on that a little bit further. If a black man is making 6 figures and he decides to get a white girl, you would best believe your sweet ass she is fucking gorgeous. Alright? At the same time, a man that might be making, let's say, $50,000 or $35,000 or $45,000 a year, a man like that isn't dating cream of the crop white women. He's not dating cream of the crop black women. He just isn't. He can't afford women like that. It just stands to reason. The other thing I want to make mention of, as long as I'm on the subject, is your girl Kryptonite. And I have a response video coming up. I'm going to touch on that just for a second. I have a response video coming up for the Montana De Leon defense video she posted, because that's a bunch of bullshit too. She's definitely on some bullshit. Matter of fact, she's on as much bullshit as you are, Blake. But I'm going to talk about that at a later time. I'm not going to do it here. I just wanted to make mention that you can put her on notice that it's coming. But I also wanted to break down a few things too, because you basically said that you never talk disparagingly of black men, and you do it all the time, Blake. You always try to make these women feel as though they have all these options as far as white men are concerned. But the thing is white men have had over 400 years to date black women. They have all the power. They run everything. They run the government. They run the media. They run the law. They run the court systems here in America. They have everything set up and basically in place to subjugate and displace black men and put them in a position of less power so that they can never really own anything. They can't own television stations. They can't own airports. So, yeah, okay. Well, if that's the case, if they have all this power and they see all these gorgeous, beautiful, strong black women running around, why is it they haven't jumped on them? Why is it normally when white men go out, they get Asian women, or they get Latino women, or they get any other woman other than a black woman? It's very, very rare that you see these women dating white men. The average black woman, at least up to 70% of all black women in America are overweight. White men do not like overweight women. Much like your friend Kryptonite, and to a certain extent, I'm thinking you're overweight as well, Blake, because you always make mention of how beautiful and gorgeous and shapely you are. However, if someone has to brag and boast about how good they look, 9 times out of 10, they aren't. That's another thing I've always noticed. And for these women to say that they get these just gorgeous white men, well, at the same time, don't you think other white women are competing for these same men? Because white men, and as a general rule, date white women. Every once in a while, you see 1 or 2 go outside of the box and date a black woman, but it's rare. They'll fuck them, but they won't marry them. So, might want to keep that in mind the next time you let these women know that, these men are just so enamored with them, because it's a lie. And I'm not coming down on black women. I'm not coming down on them at all, but, you need to face the reality that, just because someone says something here on YouTube, particularly BLAKEBARBIEDOLL specifically, you may want to take it with a grain of salt. Well, that's pretty much all my time. I'm going to make the next video for Kryptonite on the Montana De Leon situation, and I'll be posting it shortly. Thank you everyone for your time. I appreciate you listening to what I had to say. And Blake, stop calling black people monkeys and nigger girls. Goodbye, everyone.